Hey everyone, so it is Brian, your handy dandy realtor here in the city of Windsor. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following along. Like this channel, really appreciate all of that. Earning a lot of new subscribers as I do a little bit of finance stuff with this blog as well too. Showing some examples of how I look at different things. My brain works a little bit differently. There will be another video posted. I want to touch on something very, very near and dear and personal to me on this site so that you have a chance to get to know me a little bit better as well too. It had to do with Mark Zuckerberg and his apology this past week, and I'll post that as soon as I'm ready for it. It'll be coming in the next day or two. The week ahead, school starts, back to school. Am I supposed to be back to work? I'll be able to refocus. There's some different things that I'm working on that I can't yet relay to you here on this page, but they all come around senior services, and I'm working on all of that stuff tonight and tomorrow. Getting some emails fired off and some different things, kind of announcing or explaining what I'm asking for, to be able to see if I can get some negotiations done, to be able to get some of that stuff done. So also, I wanted to just let you know that I did read the book, and I'll probably do a video about this book, Home Run, The Reverse Mortgage Advantage. Now, you wouldn't expect a realtor to want to tell you about this book. It was about staying put in your house and the benefits of staying put in your house. So we're going to do a video about this book. It was a good book. I enjoyed it. Not that good book, but it was a good book. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much that I've actually called the bank. And I'm going to do a reverse mortgage on my house when that time comes. Maybe in a year or two. And by the way, because I'm a financial advisor, I actually pay myself when I do one of those too. Not a whole lot. We don't get paid a whole lot on it, but it is for some people, it's the right thing. And what I'm going to be announcing kind of has ties to this book. It's kind of an extension or growth in my seniors practice, which is coming. That's what I'm working on for 2025. Taking what I've done in 2024 and what I'll be doing in 2024 and expanding it. But I've done enough of that segue. Let me move over to this week's Windsor Market Update. So, we sold just 50 houses on the week, which nothing, again, to be scared about there. We've been averaging 70. This is the week before school, and everything always slows down the week before school. If I was going on a cruise as a realtor, I would take this week off because nothing really ever goes on. I've got 2 closings coming up in September here. One this week, one next week. But then I don't have anything. So if you have something for me to do, I sure would like to listen. The answer is going to be yes, because I don't have anything else to do. But I am also pushing hard marketing to find more things to do. It's what I do. So looking at this week's market update, we sold 50 houses. Now, one of the things that was interesting in all of this is that we did do some deep discounting further up to get houses to sell. This one was listed at $699, sold for $615. This one is $609, sold for $610, $599, $590, $599, $590. There is discounting coming up the channel. We're not just discounting the $1 million houses now, but that was this week only. I don't look for that trend to continue next week. Well, maybe another week, but that's it. Once the kidlets get situated, it changes again. Should change again. We'll see. But our 50 houses, 29 were over. Average list price, $540,000. Average sale price, $560,000. Rock of Gibraltar. That's the easiest way, and every person in the press should be writing about how the Windsor real estate market is really the Rock of Gibraltar of Canadian real estate. I talk to lots of realtors all across Canada and the United States, by the way. Just how I am. It is what it is. I want to know. And they're all reporting Brampton. Brian, I can't sell a thing up here. I got 3 listings and I'm not having any showings at all. Well, might tell you that the pricing points are changing up in Brampton. And maybe the pricing points are changing here. Probably not. But maybe they are. But our average selling price is staying Rock of Gibraltar, $560. Average over was $20,144. Average days on market was 25. Notice how that's increasing. So if you call me and you say, hey, Brian, I want my house sold, I expect it to be sold in a week, I'm going to push back and I'm going to say, sorry. I know I'm good, but I'm not that good. I'll try to be less than 25. That's what a good realtor should be, is less than 25, especially if it's priced correctly and marketed correctly. Now, I looked at, what real estate companies are selling houses and stuff just to see. One of the things that I'm scared about is that there's a real estate office. I'm not going to pick on who they are here, but they have offices all over the place. Every town has one of their offices, and they rent the spaces. They're omnipresent across all markets. But the problem is that they don't sell very many houses. And I just wonder how long. They have a lot of realtors working for them too. They don't have the best reputation in the world, but they're okay. There are a lot of young realtors there, and they really help young realtors. That's all good. But I worry, because they have this massive rent expense. And there's no way that they're paying their rent expense. They're losing money. In my view, they're losing money. I don't know if they're making money or losing money. Don't care. I just worry that, they've got a lot of offices and a lot of overhead, and they're not selling very many houses. I don't know how they're doing that, because mathematically it doesn't add up. Deerbrook just opened a Kingsville office. I believe they're renting some space out in Deerbrook, out in Kingsville, because they've got a top producing team out in Kingsville that sells a hell of a lot of real estate, and they needed a space for them. I don't know why they needed a space, but they wanted a space out there, so okay, great. But Deerbrook sold 8 houses on the week. They should be able to afford space. It's all good. Should be fine. EXP with no offices sold 2. Okay, great. Valente sold 2. Okay, great. Pinnacle sold 1. Okay, great. I'm not going to point out the real estate company that I'm just a little bit worried about. Just don't know how they make ends meet. And I don't believe that businesses will be allowed to lose money for a very long period of time. I can do another video about that here too coming up. So maybe I'll do that too. But anyways, the weekly update. So of those houses, days on market were 25. Now into the math. Houses at 2.0 competing realtor commission, there were 37 of them. 2.25, there was 1 of them. 2.50 was just 11 of the 50. Sad. And 3.01. 3.0 is just an outlier. Doesn't matter. Days on market for 2.0s, 17.87. Days on market for 2.25, 61. Days on market for 2.5, 34. Because there's one that was in there that was skewed, the data sets, especially since we only had 11, so the data sets are easy to skew. If you took that one out, it would be far less than 19.87. 3.07. Now, here's where the rubber hits the road. Of the 37 listings listed at 2.0, they only got 80.5% of the average over, which is 20,100. So they only got, so the video comes in, they only got $16,223.97 on average on the overbid. Sad. Sad. I find it sad. Making it my life's work, I find it that sad. 2.5% competing realtor commission, 11 of them, they got 146.6% of the average over. Average bid was 560. So, okay, so that means that they got 29,531. 2.5% competing realtor commission. If you list your house, you should want to pay 2.5% competing realtor commission. And here's why. Let's go into it. Let's do the math right here live on this website or on this channel, whatever you want to call it. So 16,233 by 2%. Oh, 16,233 by 2%. What the heck's going on? 16,223.52%. Oh, okay. No, that's not right. What the heck? Oh, that's the average over. Okay, so 560. Sorry, my ADHD. So if you listed at 2.0, you would pay 11,200 to the competing realtor for bringing you an offer, which is a nice sum. It is. It is. It's a nice sum. Thank you very, very much. I truly appreciate it. If I had a buyer, I'd love to be able to make that kind of money. That's really, really good money. I would appreciate you a whole heck of a lot. But that only got 16,000 over mathematically. Okay? But if you paid $14,000, that got you 29,531 mathematically. No guarantees on any of this. Don't get me wrong. There's no guarantees. You're not guaranteeing overperformance, but you're building the potential for overperformance. And that difference only cost you 14 minus 11,200, $2,800. You paid $2,800, and you got for your return 29,531 minus 16. Keep it simple. You got $13,000. Now, would you want to invest $2,800 every single day of your life if the next day they're going to deposit $13,000 in your account? The answer is absolutely yes. But why is it when you go to sell your house, you say, "Oh, gee, I better cut costs. I better get the best rate. I better underperform." It really is just because you haven't watched this video yet. It's really because you haven't met me yet. You haven't understood the science of real estate yet. That no realtor has explained to you the science of real estate. That's why I have so many listings. When I go out on a listing appointment, one of my listings I went out to, and they were interviewing other real estate companies. I came out and I just explained to them, and they're looking at me like, I'm like, what is it I'm doing wrong? And they're like, "You're not doing anything wrong. Do you have the paperwork, Brian, for us to sign? You're the most amazing realtor." We've never, ever, ever run into a realtor like you who has explained everything in common sense ways. We know more than we've ever thought we knew about real estate. And it's important because we're selling $500,000 house, Brian. And you've taken the care to guide us. Where do we sign? That's what they were asking. And I'm like, okay, thank you very much. I get that a lot. I do. That's why this job becomes easier. It's a call. Suddenly, hey, I got this house and that. But I find myself that I've sold 19 houses already this year, and I kind of run out. I need some work. So hopefully you'll call me if you're thinking about selling your house too, because I'd like to help you. Need a little bit of work for the end of the year. There's a target I want to hit for April 1st. Personal target. If I can get there, I'm going to try. I'm going to knock the ball out of the park trying. We'll see if I can get there. It'll be a personal thing rather than anything else. So anyway, I digress a little bit, but why wouldn't you want to pay $2,800 more in commission to get $13,000 more from your lawyer on closing? Seems like that would be a great rate of return. As a matter of fact, if you did the rate of return, if you took, keep it simple, That's like 22%. Where else in life are you going to make 22%? On average. No guarantees, but on average. So that's this week's Windsor Real Estate Market Update. You can see the other videos that I've got now posted under step 1, step 2. You'll understand. If you're on Dinglis and Turner, I'm going to be coming out to your roads here soon with a door knocker card, probably this week. You'd then be tuning into this video to be able to understand how I can help you overperform if we're selling your house on Dinglis and Turner. And there's going to be a lot more. This is going to be rolled out across several roads. That's one of the big things coming. It's just taking a little bit more time to develop it. Everything in the city, business-wise, moves slowly. It's like slow. Business in Windsor is like slow. Takes forever. But it's getting there. Had some more meetings this week. I'm meeting with 2 realtors to continue the relationships that I have with realtors, because relationships with realtors are exceptionally important in this business. It's the most important thing. If you're a realtor out there watching this video and you're not meeting with other realtors, you haven't met with me yet, then you should call me and say, hey, do you drink tea or coffee? When can we meet? That way, when we do deals, we know each other, we know what to expect from each other, we have a relationship already, so that if you tell me, Brian, hey, here's what's going on with my client, and you communicate that to me, I can go to my seller client and I can say, here's what's going on with them. I believe that this deal comes together, and that's what it takes to get real estate done. It's the relationship, everything about the relationship. So, if you would like to, if you're thinking about selling your house, I'd like to have some conversations around your house, what it should be priced at, what I think it's worth, what I think it would sell for, how long I think it would be on the market. I'd be more than happy to have those conversations with you. All you have to do is reach out to me. I am looking for work. 519-995-6145, 519-995-6145. This is Brian signing off, your weekly update for September 1st, Labor Day. So, September 2nd was Labor Day, but September 1st, Labor Day weekend in the city of Windsor. Rock solid Gibraltar, 560,000 average lot price. All good. Have a great weekend. Have a great night. Let's go back to school, kidlets, and do your best. There's no substitution for a good education. Have a good night. Bye-bye.